Hello everyone, this is Suzanne and Crochet and Chatter. Today is Wednesday, March 16th. I hope you all have had a blessed day in the Lord. I was able to get out today and I got me a printer. I'm so excited. It's just a black and white printer. It doesn't scan, but it prints, and that's exactly what I want. I can print off my lessons if I want to. I can print off my patterns. I'm so excited. In fact, in some of my giveaways, I will probably be copying one of my patterns that was a free pattern and send it off to you in your gift. Wouldn't that be cool? Nice little surprise addition. All right. Now, I had said yesterday that I was going to speak about the God-sized hole in our hearts. Well, come to find out, 5 months ago, I already did a God-shaped hole in our hearts. And we talked about how God was the only one that could fill that. So if you go back about 5 months, there's a great devotion on that. You may want to watch it, kind of to refresh yourself. So I had to change gears. So today we're going to talk about peace and discontentment. Wow, it almost sounds that it doesn't quite line up. Peace and discontentment. Everything's falling apart around me. I have very little money for groceries. I can't meet my bills each month. My kids are running wild. Gas prices are going up. The world is like, wow, really? Peace and discontentment? How? Well, let's find out how. Discontent is good if it makes you long for home, but bad if it makes you doubt the one who prepares a place for you in his name. Psalms 4. Answer me when I call, O God of my righteousness. You have given me relief when I was in distress. Be gracious to me and hear my prayer. O men, how long shall my honor be turned into shame? How long will you love vain words and seek after lies? Shelah. But know that the Lord has set apart the godly for himself. The Lord hears when I call to him. Be angry and do not sin. Ponder in your own hearts on your beds and be silent. Offer right sacrifices and put your trust in the Lord. There are many who say, who will show us some good? Lift up the light of your face upon us, O God. You have put more joy in my heart than you have when the grain and wine abound. You have put more joy in my heart than they have when their grain and wine abound. In peace I will both lie down and sleep, for you alone, O Lord, make me to dwell in safety. Psalms 4. These words were penned by David in one of the most heartbreaking moments of his life. He's hiding out in a cave with a band of faithful men because his son is out to take his throne. In a monarchy, the only way to securely take a throne is by ending the life of the person who is on the throne. Imagine where your thoughts would go, where your emotions would be, and where your heart would run to in a situation like this. Is David content? Of course not. It appears that little good can come out of this moment in his life. Yet, in his grief and discontent, he knows remarkable peace. He even talks about his heart being filled with joy. Why? Because at the deepest of levels, neither his peace nor his joy is based on the circumstances. I always say my faith does not depend on my circumstances, but on the God who rules the circumstances. If David's security is in God and God alone, then he has as much security in that cave as he does in the palace, because it is the Lord alone who makes him dwell in safety. There is no doubt in David's words. What will it be for you today? The discontent of doubt and fear, or the contentment of peace and rest? It is only grace that can deliver us from fear and give our hearts rest even when we're in the cave once again. Now over in Micah chapter 7, Micah's talking about Israel's misery, and he talks about everything that's going wrong. And at the end, in verse 7, he says, "But as for me, I watch and hope for the Lord. I wait for my Savior, and my God will hear me." Now, how many times in our lives when we become fearful and distraught, do we run into a small cave? God is there. Do we sit in fear all day long of how are things going to work out? I'm distressed. I have this fear, this anxiety over me. Or are we going to do like Micah and David? "But as for me, I watch and hope for the Lord. I wait for my Savior. I wait for God, my Savior. My God will hear me." So don't let your circumstances determine your level of faith or determine your faith. My faith is in God, and we all have to hold on tight and remind each other every single day, are you okay? Have you prayed about it? Do you know that God is with you at every moment of your life and every curve that's thrown at you? God will comfort you as no other thing can. We can't change some of these things that are going on. Sitting around moping about it or wringing our hands isn't going to change anything. But what we have to have is that attitude, Lord, my faith does not determine, does not hinge upon whether things are good or bad. My faith hinges on the fact that you are a loving God. You are always there for me every single day of my life. I have nothing to fear. Yeah, we may go a little hungry. We may not be able to quite meet those bills, but think about over your life. Hasn't everything turned out basically okay? It may not have been in the way that you thought it should be, but it was God's will for your life. So we have to trust in that, and I know you will. You will take your faith to the highest level because you have filled that God sized hole in our hearts when we accepted Jesus, because we knew there's got to be something better than this. This can't be that you're born, you live, you die, kaput, it's over. We have eternity in our hearts, and that's where we need to keep it. All right, everyone, this is Suzanne at Crochet and Chatter. I hope you enjoyed our devotion, Peace and Discontentment. And I am going to go fix dinner now. It's 6 o'clock in Rochester, Michigan. And then we always like to settle in for our evening of watching a movie. Oftentimes we watch Christian movies. Right now we are going through this series of Voyager, the Next Generation, not Voyager, the Next Generation. And then after this we're going to go through our Voyager disc DVDs. And yeah, that's going to be a good thing. All right, tomorrow I will be back with another devotion, and I hope you can meet me here. Always, I'm praying for each and every one of you. If you have any prayer requests, put them in the drop-down box below. I will definitely mention you to everyone else, and we can pray for you as a group. I'm still figuring out about how to go live on my channel. It says I have to wait 24 hours, but then there's nothing to push to start the time clock. So I'm still trying to figure that out. But I did order a holder. It's supposed to hold my iPad or my phone, and then I can angle it like at my hands, and supposedly I'm going to be able to do maybe some crocheting lessons or something. So that would be kind of cool. But I want to do lives because I want to connect with you on a live, and we can sit and crochet and just visit with each other. Wouldn't that be awesome? All right, take care. I love each and every one of you, and I will see you tomorrow, Lord willing.